there's a vibe to Sting that you can't really put your finger on. And even when you talk to him and be in front of him, there's this interesting, like,
right.
It's a good vibe. It's a very positive and, like, intriguing and engaging vibe with him. And I think seeing that the same way that people saw Taker on camera, they're just intrigued by this man.
Ricky Starks, you said I remind you of a combination of who?
Larry David.
Wait. Larry David first? I don't know what I'm doing here. They told me to show up. There's no script. There's nothing. I don't know if I should do this. And who is the other
Neil
one?
Diamond.
Sweet Caroline. You know the word? Good times never seem so good. You got so good.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know that. I know it's a hit in karaoke. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's one of my big go-tos. What's your big go-to song in
Purple Rain?
Is it real? Oh, yeah, Prince.
Yeah.
Prince, yeah. So welcome to the Apter chat.
About time.
Yeah, it is about time. And tell us about what it's like under the banner, under the hood of AEW.
It's great. It's been awesome. It's actually allowed me and afforded me the ability to have visibility to people who've never seen me before outside of the NWA camp. So it's been really, really fun. And dude, I got the Wrestle Sting, so I'm able to use this vehicle to meet people that I've thought about and seen in magazines and all that.
Thank you. So you got to go against Sting. I did. Okay. Thank you. You got to wrestle against Sting. He's retired now. First of all, tell us what it was like actually being in combat with Sting.
Sting is a one-of-a-kind dude. Very, very, very great man. Very sweet, very knowledgeable, and very giving.
Yes.
And I wouldn't have asked for a better person to be in the ring with for his first match back. Obviously, it was an honor for me because he trusted me.
You were a fan of his too, weren't you?
Yes, yeah. And so it's just wild to think about. Man, I was Sting's first match back and Sting's second to last match.
That's unbelievable. What is it about Sting that drew fans to him?
I think there's this interesting aura and, like, there's a vibe to Sting that you can't really put your finger on. And even when you talk to him and be in front of him, there's this interesting, like, it's a good vibe. It's a very positive and, like, intriguing and engaging vibe with him. And I think seeing that the same way that people saw Taker on camera, they're just intrigued by this man. So stoic.
So why are people intrigued by Ricky Starks?
Well, it's easy because I have a very aura to me. I think people are always curious about me in terms of what I'm thinking. I think they are curious as to, they see me and they see how I dress and then they hear me talk and they see me wrestle and none of these things really match up. And they're just, I think they're always
match up.
Yeah,
match up.
They're puzzled.
So you like to keep them guessing?
Always. I think it's great to keep people guessing because I can't let everybody in. Why should I?
Why not?
Because it's not my style.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Listen, if you want to get to know me, it takes a lot of effort to get to know me. I'm not accessible like a toll. You can't just come through, pay your little money.
Oh, I know. I had to do a little song and dance to get through to you here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this should be a great exchange of two people and knowledge.
Well, thank you. Tell us, Tony Khan. A lot of people on the internet trolls, they're like, oh, Tony Khan doesn't know how to do this. Oh, Tony Khan. Tell us about Tony Khan. You've been with him for how many years now?
4 years now.
4 years. Tell us about Tony Khan, somebody like you working for him for 4 years.
He's a great dude. He really is. I've never met someone as nice as he is. And people always assume someone in that position, someone in that tax bracket is going to be, a certain way.
Right.
And he isn't like that. He is a very, very sweet man. And I think people need to realize that we are a startup company.
Yeah.
We are all just trying to figure this out. So,
I mean, what do you say to the internet trolls that knock him all the time?
Well, I don't think you can say anything to the internet trolls because even if you presented them with facts and evidence, they still believe what they want to believe. So I think it's best to just keep the energy to ourselves, right?
Okay.
Because here's the thing. They'll never experience what we experience in that the beauty and joy of someone like Tony when you come to the back after your match. You know, it's a different feeling to experience that with your boss.
Is it a hug?
It could be a hug. It could be a fist bump. It could be anything, you know?
Yeah. Well, see, that's great to have a boss like that. I wish everybody had a boss like that. So as we're taping this, we don't know if this is going to stay. Samoa Joe is the current champion.
Yes, he is.
Tell us about Samoa Joe. Have you wrestled?
I haven't wrestled Samoa Joe, but I've talked to Samoa Joe, and I think he is, by a full definition, a full AEW champion I've ever seen.
How does he compare with MJF?
He's a badass.
Yeah.
MJF isn't a badass. Obviously.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He got choked out.
He got choked.
And I've wrestled MJF, so I also know he's not a badass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about your matches against MJF.
Well,
do you think he's coming back?
I think he is. I don't think MJF can stay away from the spotlight too long. It's in his narcissistic nature to have to come back and want to be greedy. So I'm sure he would pop up very soon.
If he's watching this right now,
He knows you, Bill.
I know he knows me, and if he's watching this, can you say something directly in the camera to him?
MJF, I know you're probably in Greece or Turkey or somewhere lounging up on a beach. I just want to let you know, the real blue-collar workers like myself, we're here doing it, and we're making it happen. And we're never stopping. Right there, right, Bill?
Yeah, that sounds great. What about Swerve Strickland?
What about him?
What were your feelings on wrestling him?
I wrestled Swerve. I beat him.
Okay. Was he easy to beat?
Easy to beat.
Really?
Because I'm the FTW. I was the FTW champion.
That's right.
And it's just easy to do that. Swerve, though, I will tell you, he's a hard challenger. Very hard challenger, for sure.
Last question. Chris Jericho looks like he's taking Hook under his wing.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us about Hook. Tell us about the amazing Jericho that he's still around.
Hook's the man, ain't he?
Yeah.
Hook's really cool. I don't know if Hook needs someone to take him under his wing. Don't forget his father is Taz.
Yes, yeah.
So if I was Hook, I would politely decline Jericho's offer.
Okay.
And go talk to his dad. Or me.
Now, why do you think Taz has made it public at times, but he's never out there, oh, that's my son out there?
It's like Jerry Lawler and the late great Ryan.
Christopher.
You know, I don't think he wants people to know. Because if they did, they would probably think like, well, where did Hook get his looks from? Because it didn't come from Taz.
Gotcha. One last question. What do you feel would spell an end for the career of Chris Jericho? He's still performing so great. People are saying, how long is he going to do this?
You know what it would take? An I Quit match where his career was on the line.
Really?
Yeah, and I think his last opponent, in my opinion, should be a Will Ospreay.
Oh, we would love to see. Will Ospreay right now is making such big news in AEW.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And it's great to see, isn't it? It's a pleasure to see someone consistently now. We always saw a glimpse of Will in Japan and whatnot. Now we get to see him weekly on Dynamite or Collision at AEW.
Give me like a quick scouting report. His strengths and maybe his weaknesses.
His strengths.
Yeah.
Well, the aerial assassin, I can tell you that. Make sure you keep him grounded, because if not, it's the end of it. The only weakness I would say for Will Ospreay is that his linear vision, when he's focused in on a goal, does not allow him to see in his peripheral.
Oh, interesting.
Which could cause some issues when someone blindsides him.
Okay.
Right?
Interesting.
So that's one of the things I think people need to keep in mind with Will, is that he doesn't have good peripheral vision.
Have you had the pleasure of wrestling him yet?
No, not yet.
So one more time, if you wouldn't mind.
This is my matchmaking decision right now for everybody out there that wants to see Will Ospreay versus Absolute Ricky Starks. And when the day does come, I want to prove that Will Ospreay is just another victim.
Okay. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bill Apter, wait, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter. I don't have my Twitter app, but you can still find me on there. It's Starkman Jones, or Instagram, Starky Baby.
All right, we'll see you at the matches.
Nice.